Hello everyone, this is my second video. Today for this video, I'm going to show you how to write a simple C program. That day I gave you these questions, refer to our question 3. I hope you still keep the question. In this question, we can read here, in one tournament, each player has his or her own score. Prepare the algorithm to calculate an average score for 3 players. Display the total score and the average. So in these questions, we want to get each player's score and then calculate to get the total and to get the average. In the class, we did the algorithm, which is the pseudocode and the flowchart. But in this lesson, I'm going to teach you how to write the code based on the flowcharts that we have done in the class. Okay, I'm writing the steps to answer this question in a comment. This is we call comment, double slash. Okay, we know the questions have input and output, so that's why we need this statement, include stdio.h, and then we write the main and a curly bracket. Now for this line, we left a few lines for the declaration, so we start typing the message for the user to key in the first score for the player 1. So what are the method to print? Is printf. Okay, so this is enter score for player 1. Okay, this is just a message, so we know we need another statement to get input, which is we use the scanf. Alright, the first part of the scanf is to write the placeholder. The placeholder is depending on the data type of the variables that you want to use. So in this case, assuming that the score is in a floating number, so we have to use %f. Now in this case, even though you are expecting the user to key in with the floating number, you don't have to write .2f or .1f. Just write %f. And then don't forget this symbol. We call this symbol as an ampersand, and write the name, the identifier or the variable for the score for player 1. So in this case, I want to use score 1 representing the score for player 1. So this statement is to get an input for player 1. So we need how many players? 3 players, right? So we need another 3 set of input and output. So I have done the code. Let me copy. Okay. Alright, as you can see here, this is the same code, but we changed the statement, enter score for player 2, and then this is a score 2 representing for player 2, score 3 representing the player 3. Why I did not have a space between score 1, score 2 and score 3? Because the rules for naming the identifier, we cannot have space between the name. Okay, next, we have to calculate after we get the 3 scores, now we want to calculate the total. So what is the formula to calculate the total? I need one name to keep my total, so I name it as a total equal to score 1 plus score 2 plus score 3. Don't forget the semicolon. After calculate the total, now we want to calculate the average. So average, I'm using the average as my identifier, equal to, okay, because this is to divide by integer, so I need to casting the number, total divide by 3. This is the formula. Okay, class, why I add this one? Because the formula is total divided by integer. 3 is integer, So we want to get an accurate number, we need to cast our data type. We call this one type casting. Alright, now we have done input to get the 3 scores, get total, get average. Now we need to display total and display average. So how to display? Again, we use printf. Okay, I add \n representing to go to new line. Okay, total score for the 3 players is, now let's say I want to display it with 1 decimal point only. So how to write the code is %.1f. Okay, then comma, where we want to which variables that we have to refer back is actually total. Okay, don't forget a semicolon. So same goes to average. Alright, I want to change only. Alright, average is same thing. I want to display in 1 decimal point. This one, where we keep the average is at the average. Okay, so don't forget to close the main. I want to add one more line. Sorry. Okay, and then alright, done. Once done, Control S. Okay, save. Let's say I put here question 3. Don't forget to .c and then save. Okay, compile. Okay, you can see we have a few error here, and one of the error mentions score 1 undeclared. Okay, as you can see, all my variables I did not declare. So this is where we have to prepare the declaration here. Okay, that's why I taught in the class to declare the last, the step for declare, we do the last step. So now we know that we are using score 1, score 2, score 3, total, average. So all these all these variables are in floating number, so we declare it as a float. So float score 1, comma. Why I'm using score comma? Because all these variables are the same data type, so we can combine in one statement. Score 3, comma, total, comma, and average, comma. Last declaration, we close it with semicolon. Okay, now Control S, we take a look. This is to compile, or F9, and then you get the result, no errors and no warning. Now we run, or F10. So this is the output. Okay, right, it's same. It will come out the same thing what you have written in the printf. So enter score for player 1. So let's say I put 45.23, 33.78, and then 12 points. So this is the output. Total score for 3 players is 91.17, because I want it to display it in 1 decimal point, and the average is this number. Okay, so this is the full code.